Who holds the record for most points? What two teams were playing in the NBA? Who is the second pick in the draft? Who is the only NBA player?
Welcome again, sports fans. It's ESPN's 2-Minute Drill, plausibly live from New York City. If you've been paying close attention, we're into the quarterfinals. This is game 2 of our quarterfinals, which has 6 games. It's very odd. We're playing under Chelsea international rules. We have 3 players sitting over here who'd all like to move along and move through the tournament. A 1 seed, a 12 seed, and the 18th seed, the wild card. But pay attention, because going back to the first game, the 2 seed was upset by the number 17 seed, and the numbers from the Fronton are 1 and 3. All right, we'll get to you guys real soon. Right now, I want to introduce the distinguished panel. Back with us again from the NBA, Juwan Howard's here again. A lot of pressure in that game. It wasn't maybe what you expected, was it not, the first one?
Man, I'll tell you one thing, it was a lot of fun to watch. And I respect those guys because it got to be tough.
All right, and quick-witted and stay with it. Keep your time used efficiently, like I'm not doing very well right now. Lee Corso, tackle football analyst, is with us right here. You don't get to argue on this show so much like your show. You guys always go at each other.
No question. This one you get the first guess, not second guess.
All right, thanks for being here and being a panelist. Bill Clement is with us, a hockey expert and a trained and professional actor, I'm told.
Longest recurring role was the 11 years in the NHL. But that is true. I did act at one time.
Could you curl up and fry like a piece of bacon right now if I asked you to?
I did many times when I played in the NHL, so I probably could do it again.
To the far end, Mike Golic, one of the pioneers of this show. Back there in the old days when they were just putting it together in the conference room, we're glad to have you back again.
I'm glad to be here, and it's good to see Lee again. Way back in '81 when Lee was a head coach at Indiana University, he recruited me, and Lee, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to go to Notre Dame.
If you'd have come to Indiana, maybe I'd still be there.
All right, glad to have everybody up here. You guys work that, try to resolve that a bit later. Let's start this show. We are into the quarterfinals. Come on up. It's Dan Redmond, Chevy Chase, Maryland. Scored 33 your first time here out of a possible 49. Your 12 seed, but you got that specialty money, so you got 10 grand in your pocket. Congratulations on that. You haven't spent it all yet?
No, not at all. Okay,
very well. And your specialty, the 1982-83 Washington Redskins. The reason why we bring that up, again, for those who haven't been following the show as closely as you should, the specialty question comes at the end of the show. Whoever wins gets a chance to answer one more question, try to double his money. All right, let's go over the rules. If you get a question answered correctly, you get a point. All right, let's go over the categories now. Juwan Howard, the second city game.
I don't know what you mean about second city.
I know. All cities want to be number 1, but we know
Chicago.
we're talking about Chicago. Lee Corso with college coaches. Fine one you were.
What is a great one.
And Bill has he shoots, he scores. We're talking about ice hockey there. And Mike Golic, the Fat Boys of Summer. Why did they tag you with that?
I would prefer the word svelte, if you don't mind.
Or svelte challenge is more accurate. All right. You understand the rules? You understand the categories?
Yeah.
Your 2-minute drill begins now.
Lee.
Which head coach led Notre Dame to the 1988 national championship?
Lou Holtz.
Correct.
Which Big Ten football team did Hayden Fry head coach for 20 years?
Correct.
Which Michigan head football coach took the Wolverines to 10 Rose Bowl appearances?
Schembeck.
Correct.
In 1999, which pro football coach became the head football coach at Oregon State?
Erickson. Lee.
Correct.
From 1890 to 1946, which legendary football coach amassed 314 wins with Springfield, Chicago, and Pacific?
Stagg.
Correct. You're done there.
Golic.
Which late-night talk show host called Braves reliever Terry Forster?
Letterman.
Correct.
Which Portly Tiger became the first American leaguer to hit at least 50 home runs in a season?
Correct.
Which filled out Philadelphia Philly once said of Mitch Williams, I wanted to kill Mitch, but they told me I couldn't.
Correct.
Golic.
Which overweight Oriole now lends his name to a barbecue stand near the warehouse?
Boog Powell.
Correct.
Which 275-pound Dodger won the 1960 NL Rookie of the Year?
1960?
Yes.
Pass.
Frank Howard.
What 1996 film stars Adam Sandler as a hockey player who takes his slap
Happy
shots?
Gilmore.
Correct.
Clement.
Which Montreal Canadian, whose last name means the flower, scored 60 goals?
LaFleur.
Correct.
Clement.
In 92-93, which then Winnipeg Jet broke the NHL single-season record for most goals by a rookie?
Kachuk.
Solani. Juwan.
Howard.
In 1994, which Chicago-born NBA rookie joined Michigan teammate Chris Webber in the Washington Blues front court?
Juwan Howard.
Correct.
In 1998, who replaced Phil Jackson as the head coach of the Chicago
Floyd.
Bulls?
Correct.
NBA players Terry Cummings and Tyrone Corbett both played basketball for what Chicago area?
Howard.
Correct.
Which Chicago area high schooler started at Iowa State without a scholarship and joined the NBA in 1986?
Can you repeat that?
Which Chicago area high schooler started at Iowa State without a scholarship and joined the NBA in 1986?
I don't know. Clement.
20 seconds.
Which Finnish-born former Edmonton Oiler is the NHL's all-time...
Curry, sorry.
What?
Howard.
This way.
Which Chicago-born University of Illinois standout left Orlando Magic as his all-time leading scorer in
Nick
1999?
Anderson. Is that right?
Buzzer had gone.
yeah.
You couldn't get it in. You
All
were
right,
correct on
14.
Nick Anderson, but a fine round. You have actually more than 14 points. You got all of Lee's questions answered correctly, so we're going to award you a bonus point. You're up to 15, and that was Frank Howard, the question down here in 1960 Estropedia. Great round. You got the lead. See if it sticks. 2 players still to finish out the first round here, and only 2 players carry on into the second round. We're going to find out who they are when we come back on the 2-minute drill.
Time now for tonight's Saturn 2-minute drill trivia question. Here's the answer to tonight's Saturn 2-minute drill trivia question. ESPN's 2-minute drill is brought to you by Original Coors. When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors. And by Best Buy. When you're looking for more fun in your life, turn on the fun with the latest in digital technology at Best Buy.
We are back on the 2-minute drill. Dan sitting over there with 15 points. A nice start in the circle of love. Larry Glickstein, please welcome him. He is the #1 seed in the world in the 2-minute drill. A lot of pressure comes with that. You saw the 2 seed get knocked off last show.
I did, and do my best to go to wire here, so we'll see.
All right. How are the Twins?
They're doing great.
And have you been paying no attention again to the Twins and just concentrating on sports like the last time? Or?
No, I'm doing my best. They come first.
I didn't mean it that way. All right. Your specialty, 1994 Pennsylvania State football. And we'll see if you get that far on the show. Right now, though, we're going to go over the categories. To the far end, Juwan Howard, making the jump. Those who left college, or maybe even high school, to go to the NBA. Lee Corso with the USFL. You know something about that? Been around there. Bill Clement has the city of brotherly love, although it's not always displayed once those fans get involved. But you won a couple titles playing some ice hockey out there.
Wasn't always friendly on the ice either.
And Mike has, oh, what a relief it is. Really no connection to Mike.
Relief. It would be relief pitchers, would it not?
Did you play a lot of baseball?
I killed it in Little League, let me tell you.
Okay, a long time ago. All right, so you know the categories. And you know 15 is a good score.
Yes.
Set to play?
I'm all set.
Your 2-minute drill begins now.
Mike.
Shea Stadium built a special protective bullpen roof to prepare for the arrival.
John Rocker.
Correct.
Mike.
Which Padres reliever came in second in the NL Cy Young?
Trevor Hoffman.
Correct.
Mike.
Which Oakland A's reliever set the World Series record for most career saves in '74 with 6?
Raleigh Finger.
Correct.
In 1986, which St. Louis Cardinal rookie led the National League?
Todd
in
Worrell.
sacks?
Correct.
Which California Angel pitched a perfect game in 1984 and completed a no-hitter as a reliever in
Mike
1990?
Correct, he's done.
Lee Corso.
Which Houston Gamblers quarterback later appeared in 4 Super Bowls with
Jim
the Buffalo
Kelly.
Bills?
Correct.
In 1985, which Boston College star became the 3rd consecutive Heisman Trophy winner assigned
Doug
with
Flutie.
Correct.
Which early 1980s Michigan wide receiver played in the USFL? Then
Anthony
joined the
Carter.
Browns?
Lee.
Correct.
Who head coached the United States Football League, Philadelphia and Baltimore Stars, then coached
Jim Mora. Lee.
Correct.
What Southern United States Football League did Lee Corso, was head coach in 1985?
Orlando.
Correct. Lee's done.
Jawan.
Which Big Ten forward nicknamed the Big Dog left Purdue after
Glenn
3 years?
Robinson.
Correct.
Jawan.
Which New Jersey Nets point guard spent 1 season at Georgia Tech before entering the NBA?
Kenny Anderson.
Marbury.
Oh, come on. Jawan.
Go
I'm
Bill.
sorry,
Go
Bill.
Bill.
What powerful Flyers center was voted NHL MVP in '95?
Eric Lindros.
Correct.
Bill.
In what arena did the Flyers make their home debut in '67?
Spectrum.
Correct.
Bill.
How many members of the Flyers Broad Street Bullies won the Lady Byng Trophy for gentlemanly play?
0.
Correct.
Bill.
Which Flyers coach rejoined the team during the 2000 Stanley Cup playoffs after treatment for multiple myeloma?
Nielsen.
Correct.
Bill.
Who had coached the Flyers to back-to-back Stanley Cups in
Fred
70?
Shiro.
Correct. He's
Jawan.
done.
In 1994, which All-American forward left UConn after the junior year to play in the NBA?
Danielle Marshall.
Correct.
Jawan.
What school did forward Joe Smith lead after 2 years to become
Maryland.
the #1?
Correct.
Jawan.
Which NBA forward was selected out of high school by the Portland Trailblazers in the first round of the 1996 NBA draft?
Jermaine O'Neal.
Correct. Would it be cool that within the rules, if you had time left, you could write an essay right now and get it? You're down to 2. It's over. Great round by you. 19, and we're not done. You swept Mike, that's 20. You swept Bill, 21. And you swept Lee, that is 22. That is a world record also. So congratulations. You're definitely into the next round. Find out if it sticks. Let's switch places and bring up our wild card man. He's James Questel from Southfields, New York. He had a score of 36, a very solid score, but you didn't win that day, and you left with some ESPN stuff, and I think we awarded you some head cheese or something. You got basically nothing. Well, I mean, the ESPN stuff is great, since all ESPN things are so great, but you never got a chance to go after your specialty, Larry Bird. You didn't get any money, but right today you can change that, because as you saw in the first quarterfinal show, number 2 was knocked out. You can still do this and move along here. Okay, I tried to make it as nice as it could sound, but I hope I did a good job of that. Let's go over the categories before I run us right through the commercials. The categories are Juwan Howard, basketball in the 90s. What a great decade that was. Lee Corso, gridiron injuries. That's why they have the parental permission slips. Bill Clement, forward thinking. We're not saying they do a lot of thinking out there. We're talking about forwards who are on the ice and want you to think about them. And then Mike has guys who go both ways.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not that there's anything wrong with switch hitting is really what we're after the balls of that. Everybody settle. Right now. Ready? Your 2-minute drill begins now.
Juwan,
Who head coached UConn to the men's NCAA basketball championship in 1999?
can you repeat that?
Who head coached UConn to the men's NCAA basketball?
Calhoun, Juwan,
In 1998, which former BYU center blocked 13 shots in
Bradley,
a game?
Juwan,
What did Detroit Pistons center Brian Williams change his name to in 1990?
Bison Dele,
Correct.
Juwan,
Who was the head coach for the Spurs, Clippers, Pacers, and Sixers in the 1990s?
Larry Brown,
Correct.
Juwan,
Which Utah Jazz forward returned to the NBA in 1998 after a 4-year absence from the league?
in what year?
1998.
Carr,
Bailey, go elsewhere.
Corso,
In 1997, which legendary 49ers receiver had a streak of 189?
Jerry Rice,
Correct.
Corso,
The Giants' Jason Sehorn missed the 1998 NFL regular season due to ligament injuries in which joint?
his knee,
Correct.
Corso,
Which Navy star Raiders running back?
Napoleon
Correct.
McCallum,
Which Bengals all-pro defensive lineman suffered a
Jim
growth test?
Crumry,
Correct.
Corso,
And which Patriots rookie running back destroyed his knee playing in a flag football at the 1999 Pro Football?
Edwards,
Correct. He's done.
Clement,
Which forward's jersey number was retired by the entire NHL in February of 2000?
Gordie Howe,
Gretzky.
Clement,
Mike.
96.
Mike.
Which Yankee hit homers from both sides of the plate in 10 different games?
Mantle,
Correct.
Golic,
In 1973, which Cincinnati Reds set a major league record for most hits in a season by a switch hitter?
Pete Rose,
Correct.
Golic,
Which Kansas City Royal tied Pete Rose's major league record for most hits in a season by a switch hitter in 1980?
Willie Wilson,
Correct.
Golic,
Which Cleveland Indians switch hitting second baseman hit home runs?
Alomar,
Bayarga, no.
Golic, Bill,
Mike, or Bill.
In 96, which Pittsburgh Penguin broke the NHL single-season record for most
Yager,
points?
Correct.
Clement,
Which Rangers forward has appeared in more playoff games than any other player in NHL history?
Mark Messier,
Correct.
Clement,
Which Russian Detroit Red Wings center won the Hart, Selke, and Pearson trophies in 94?
Pass, Golic,
1995, which San Diego Padre homer from both sides of the plate 3 times in 4 days?
Ken Caminetti. You got 14 points, and you have one more, because for the 3rd time, Lee gave up all the good questions there. You get a bonus point, and we have a tie. First tie in the history of quarterfinals of the 2-minute drill. We have to go to our tiebreaker question, and it was asked before the show, including postseason contests. How many games did Juwan Howard play for the University of Michigan? The answer, 100. Larry said 100, but it doesn't matter because he's not involved in this tiebreaker. Dan Redmond said 120. James, you went too low with 17. Thought he left.
I just did postseason. I read the question wrong.
I'm sorry that you made the mistake on that, but a great effort. You tie here, have to go away. We're going to get the really, really cool ESPN stuff, and thank you for coming out. Great effort. 2 others carrying on to the 2nd round, Dan and the #1 seed, Larry Glickstein. We'll continue with the ESPN 2-minute drill right after this break.
Time now for tonight's Best Buy 2-minute drill trivia question. Drill trivia question.
We are back on the 2-minute drill into the 2nd round, and under the Paris Accord, the player in 2nd place starts the 2-minute drill 2nd round. Of course, you know that, don't you, Dan Redmond? You beat him in the tiebreaker. I mean, that was a tough way to send a guy away.
It was tough. I'll take it, though.
All right, you just got to worry about yourself right now. Now, you know, in this section, still worth a point, still got 2 minutes. All 5 asking questions. We're all firing at you from left and right, okay?
Good enough.
You're down by 7, not insurmountable. You set to go?
Yeah.
Your 2-minute drill begins now. Which champion lost the heavyweight belt to Cassius Clay in February 1960?
List it.
Correct.
Which legendary Boston Bruin won the Norris Trophy for best defenseman?
Correct.
Which 15-year veteran receiver the Buffalo Bills signed with the Redskins in September?
Correct.
In 1995, what NBA team changed its home arena but kept its parquet floor?
Celtics.
Correct.
Which former U.S. president was captain of the Yale baseball team in 1948?
Bush.
Correct. What does the letter C stand for in the acronym NASCAR?
Cart.
Car. You said cart.
Car.
Judges will go later.
Okay.
Go, Bill.
What became a mandatory piece of protective equipment for players entering the NHL during the 79-80
Helmet.
season?
Correct.
In 1994, which Indian slugger was suspended for 6 days
Bell.
for using...
Correct.
Which former Vanderbilt center won NBA titles with the Bulls and the Spurs in the 90s?
Purdue.
Correct.
1994, which San Francisco 49ers rookie fullback was known as...
Floyd.
Correct.
What is NBA coach Tubby Smith's real first name?
Winfrey.
Orlando.
What L.A. Dodger great appeared in a Brady Bunch episode giving Greg
Garvey.
Brady...
Drysdale.
Which current head coach has won more games than any other coach in NHL history?
Oh, Bowman.
Correct.
Which former Seattle Seahawks head coach also head coached the Rams and Bills to NFL division
Knox.
titles?
Correct. Which 1984 French Open champ from Czechoslovakia played the 1996 European...
Glendale.
Correct.
In 1999, which St. Louis Cardinal became the first Major League player in history to hit 2 Grand Slams in 1 inning?
Tatis.
Correct.
Name the only father and son to have both won the NHL's Hart Trophy.
Hal.
Names.
Gordy and Brett.
Bobby and Brett.
What? Okay.
Which assistant coach came out of retirement to be the Atlanta Falcons' backup quarterback in 1998?
DeVert.
Correct. And what 2 countries are the majors of the LPGA Tour held?
Canada.
What is the name of the
countries.
U
Oh, Canada and U.S.
Correct.
What is the name of the Utah WNBA franchise?
Stars.
Correct.
What was the nickname of Hall of Fame goaltender Lauren Worsley?
The backstop.
Gump.
Reggie Miller did not lead the NBA in free throw percentage in 1997.
Mullen. Great effort there at the end,
that
trying
was
to
good.
fly one through.
31.
All right, just to clarify, you did say cart with a T. It's car in NASCAR. And I thought you said hole. You said house, so I shouldn't even ask you about which hole it was. It was Bobby and Brett on that. And to clarify for myself there, Cassius Clay meant no disrespect. Muhammad Ali, he was known as Cassius Clay back in 1964. All right, you got 31 points. You got the lead. Let's see if it sticks. Come on up. Switch places. Don't smash into each other. It's the #1 seeded player in all the land, Larry Glickstein. You're down a bit, but the way you've been scoring, shouldn't be too tough to recapture the lead and move on. Only one player does move on in the show. Guarantee of 15,000, possibility of 30,000. You all set to go here?
I am. Let's go.
All right. Your 2-minute drill begins now. What tennis tournament, officially known as the Lawn Tennis Championships, is held annually at the All England Club?
Wimbledon.
Correct.
1934, what Midwestern NFL team began its tradition of playing on Thanksgiving Day?
Detroit.
Correct.
In Game 6 of the 1998 NBA Finals, who stole the ball from Karl Malone in the final
Michael
minutes?
Jordan.
Correct.
In the logo on a San Jose Sharks jersey, what object is the shark biting in half?
Hockey stick.
Correct.
Which pitcher surrendered Bobby Thompson's 1951 shot
John
heard right?
Branca.
Correct.
Which rap mogul has tried out for both the Toronto Raptors and the Charlotte Hornets?
Master P.
Correct.
Which NHL goalie is known as the Dominator?
Dominic Hasek.
Correct.
Immediately before joining the Seahawks in 1998, Ricky Waters played for what NFL team?
Philadelphia Eagles.
Correct.
Which Atlanta Braves lefty faced the Yankees in the 96 World Series, then joined the Yankees in
Demi
2000?
Nagel.
Correct. Lateral epicondylitis is better known as what tennis player's ailment?
Tennis elbow.
Correct.
In 1999, what Spokane, Washington school upset their way to the Elite Eight of the men's NCAA basketball tournament?
Gonzaga.
Correct.
What's the last name of the violent trio of brothers in the 1970s?
Hanson.
Correct.
1973, which Monday Night Football announcer began the game in Denver by saying, "Welcome to Mile High City," and I really am?
Howard Cosell.
No, Don Meredith.
In 1997, which Japanese pitcher struck out his 500 batter, becoming the fastest pitcher to reach that career total in
Nomo.
Major League?
Correct. What Formula One racing car manufacturer features a prancing horse on its logo?
I don't know.
Ferrari. Which PGA playing legend is co-founder and chairman of the Golf Channel?
Palmer.
Correct.
Before the NHL divisions were realigned in '93, which division included teams from Detroit and Minnesota?
The Norris.
Correct.
Which Kansas City Submariners' 212 saves were the most in the majors?
The late Dan Quisenberry.
Correct.
Which Chiefs running back, nicknamed the Nigerian Nightmare,
Christian
led
Okoye.
Correct.
Which Showtime era Laker guard became the head coach of the WNBA's LA Spark in 1999?
Michael Cooper.
Correct. Which University of Oregon distance runner was the first athlete to endorse Nike running shoes?
Steve Prefontaine.
Correct.
which former Raiders chief player appeared in the film?
It doesn't matter. We can
Not
stop
so fast,
now.
my friend.
It's Fred Williamson. You've matched your 41. No one has ever done that. Most of the time I'm just making that part up, but it is true. No one has ever scored back-to-back 41s. You have. You're moving on. You've won 15 grand. You're carrying on to the tournament. Got to say goodbye to Dan, but no one will ever take that $10,000 away from you. Enjoy that and your ESPN experience. All right, when we come back from this break, going to find out if you really know a lot about the 1994 Penn State tackle football team. Stay around.
Okay. Time now for tonight's Original Course 2-minute drill trivia question. To tonight's Original Course 2-minute drill trivia question. ESPN's 2-minute drill is brought to you by Saturn. Now with 2 distinctively different car lines, the L Series and the S Series. And by Original Coors. When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors.
We are back on the 2-minute drill with the #1 scorer in the world. 82 points combined, Larry Glickstein. Quite a great performance. But you recall, first time you're on the show, you won the game, but then you failed in your specialty, those 1994 Penn State football players. See if you do better this time.
Okay.
You are going to get another ESPN experience. You're going behind the scenes at the ESPYs in Las Vegas coming up. Press the hard ways, okay? And you'll have some extra money to try to do that here. All right, let's see if you can turn 15 into 30. Set?
I'll do my best.
For $30,000. Penn State's come from behind win over Illinois was the closest game of the undefeated 1994 season. The Illini got out to a 21-0 lead in the first quarter, but Penn State came back. With under a minute to play, the Nittany Lions, also known as the Nittany Lions, took their first lead of the game on a 2-yard touchdown run. And on the game's final play, a Penn State player grabbed a game-sealing interception, and the Nittany Lions remained unbeaten. $30,000, name the player who scored the last-minute Penn State touchdown, and the defensive player whose interception assured the 35-31 win.
All right, well, the running back, or the fullback, is number 22, Brian Milne.
That's so obvious.
And the defensive back, I believe broke his leg later in the season, was Kim Herring.
We didn't want that much information, but you're correct. You've won $30,000. You go with the 5 you won the first time, 35 you. Thanks everybody for helping out on the panel. We'll see you in the next round of ESPN's 2-minute drill. See you next time.
Drill has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.